Podcast.
Welcome to the podcast.
She's like, what is going on? She ran away.
Yeah, we're all like in Peyton's house. We're like having a sleepover and we're like recording.
Mm-hmm.
Except I'm in like on the other side of the house, and Roman and Jordan are right next to each other.
Oh yeah,
Roman.
I can't hear them.
All right. So, okay.
Welcome to episode 2, season 2.
Season 2, episode 2.
Yep. Welcome to season 2, episode 2 of 3 Steps to 42. Today we're going to be talking about Nestle.
Yeah, it's
Right,
recent like scandal that people are.
Well, it's not a recent
Well,
scandal.
it's actually not
but like
recent.
it's just now recently like
Some of it's
coming.
recent.
It's now like being popularized.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, it's this stuff's been going on since like the 1970s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today we're talking about the Nestle scandal. Well, before we get into it, this is your first time watching us. I'm Peyton.
I'm Jordan.
And I'm Roman.
Okay. Roman, would you like to give us our dad joke of the episode?
Mm-hmm.
Dad jokes.
What do lawyers wear to court?
What do they wear?
Lawsuits.
I get
One
it.
more. All right. What did the lawyer name his daughter?
Ooh.
What? You did cut out, so I didn't hear the punchline. I just heard laughing.
Oh.
That's good enough.
Good enough.
All right.
Daughter's name is Sue.
Oh. Okay. Now, is everyone ready to get into it?
Hey, we are ready.
Roman, do you want to like introduce us to the sort of first topic here?
Yeah. All right. So, first off, if you've been living under a rock, Nestle is this corporation that it's been around for, I want to say, like 2 centuries, maybe?
Long time.
Since the 1860s. And mind you, Nestle is, you've heard that name everywhere. Why? Because they have their own monopoly board.
Everything.
Yeah. They're a monopoly, essentially. It's a mega corporation, and their main line of business is like food and drink and whatnot. But yeah.
I mostly know them because of Nesquik.
Of what?
Their best thing.
Nesquik, Nestle Crunch, Pure Water or whatever.
I can confirm that there is not a Nestle Monopoly or a Monopoly Nestle edition.
No. But yeah, they're like.
But they are featured in one game.
They own like Coca-Cola. They might. I don't think they own Pepsi, right? I think it's just.
Do
Coke.
they own? Do they own Coke?
I think they do own Coke.
I don't think so. No, they don't.
Oh. I really thought.
That isn't really Nestle's line of business. It's just soda.
Well, they own like a ton of stuff.
Oh yeah, but
they probably even dabble in like military stuff. Like Samsung.
No.
Anywho.
Nestle tank.
Their whole controversy started out. Well, nobody knew it was controversial until people actually looked into it. But they started out as a baby formula business, if I'm not mistaken. And they did this to help mothers who, can't produce breast milk, for babies that can't drink like real breast milk or whatever. But they like ran into a problem. They were like, this only affects like 1/5 of the population or something like that. And they were like, but we need money. We don't want to help people. We want money.
Mm-hmm.
So they then proceeded to, in the 1970s, they kicked off their campaign into like widespreading the propaganda and advertisement of the they kept advertising that their formula is better than like real breast milk.
Which it definitely isn't
It
healthier. In
definitely is
fact,
not.
it's very harmful, which we'll get into that later.
So much
Uh,
worse.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it doesn't like adapt you to like bacteria or like healthy bacteria as much.
And in some countries, it has bacteria,
Well, yeah,
Oh
bad
yeah,
a
it
good
does.
bit.
given, bad water.
Yeah, Asia and Africa.
Yeah. They okay. Yeah. Do you mind if I say a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
All
yeah, yeah.
right. So yeah, the they would like campaign in like third world countries, a lot of third world countries, and they'd advertise like, hey, uh our uh formula is better than breast milk. And the way they would do this is like very not good because they would go like they would have people dress up as like nurses and doctors and advertise the Nesquik baby formula in like a maternity wards, uh, and advertise that it is healthier than breastfeeding.
And once again, it really wasn't.
It definitely wasn't, and that led to.
It doesn't have the
What were
same
you gonna say?
vitamins or like bacteria, good bacteria. Doesn't have like any of that. I don't think does it. I don't even think it had like actual dairy. Like
It did. They
Well,
infused cow milk
what's
with it.
even
oh
more dangerous is the stuff that it did have, which we'll talk about in a bit. Um, which, yeah, all of this, obviously, as you could assume, led to a huge boycott in 1977 with the US, and eventually Europe became a part of it. But it was it was suspended in 1984 after Nestle was like, okay, we agree to follow like the guidelines and shit by the World Health Organization.
mm,
But the boycott was actually relaunched in 1989 due to Nestle completely not doing that and just doing the exact same things that they were doing beforehand.
That and
Um,
that tends to become a pattern with Nestle. Like they will get in trouble for doing something they know is wrong, and then they will say, "All right, we'll stop." And then like 10
they just
years
do it
later, they
again.
will just keep doing it.
yeah, and like on TikTok, like it's not very like credible or anything, but like on like their actual page, that everyone like all the comments are like flaming them.
They just deny everything.
Yeah, they deny absolutely
They
everything.
completely. Yeah, that's another common theme that I've noticed is that Nestle will never take responsibility. That
No.
every single time in every single one of these scenarios, they will always like deny it. They'll be like, "Oh, it was this person who did this or this reason, as it wasn't us, and we're not doing this. You're making facts up and all that stuff." But yeah, I do have a specific story, if y'all don't mind.
I'm sure.
Enlighten me.
Yeah. All right. So in the 1990s, like not too long after the Nestle boycott was relaunched, it was found that in developing countries like Pakistan, they kind of started doing the exact same thing, like just making nurses and doctors and stuff advertise this formula in the maternity wards, and like a Pakistani salesman named Syed Amir Raza Hussain spoke out against Nestle because he used to work for Nestle, and like 2 years after he was fired in 1999, Hussein released a report which he alleged that Nestle was encouraging doctors to push the formula and advertise it to people rather than breastfeeding. But Nestle obviously completely denied his allegations.
Mm.
Yeah, it's almost like narcissism at that point.
It really is.
Um, yeah, but they actually like with their marketing and whatnot. This is what I got from my research or whatever. They took
Yeah.
the approach of cigarettes. Not literally, they didn't sell cigarettes, but they in like the 1970s and whatnot, or 1920s, that's when the cigarettes were really, really popularized.
Really very,
But they
yeah.
took like notes from that, and they did this by cigarettes were advertised in a way that made them look beneficial. So
Yeah,
it would
that's
it would
another thing they do a lot
it would
is
be ads of doctors smoking cigarettes. It would be these
that's
colorful
crazy.
magazine ads, and that's literally exactly Nestle would directly pay licensed doctors. Sorry, I burped. Licensed doctors and nurses and all that. They would directly pay them to just blatantly say, "Hey, Nestle's formula way better than your tit milk. So much better."
I mean, like, it's well with the cigarette like advertisement. That's like kind of smart because like it's. I mean, it's not ethical, but like it's not illegal. Because just because, well, at least now it would be, but
Uh-huh.
back then it definitely wasn't illegal.
Yeah. Although it is like very shady and like bad that they're doing it.
Yeah.
And like again, like another similar thing, like a repeat thing, not too long ago in like 2011 in
Hmm.
like Laos, like 19 different like organizations all came together and launched like a huge boycott on Nestle because they like intentionally did not translate like the nutrition information into local languages to like hide all the chemicals and ingredients and shit in
Mm.
there.
Mm.
And they also obviously did the same thing as the same thing promoting or having doctors promote their stuff too. And this was like a big violation of like a 1995 Chinese regulation and stuff. So China since 2011 is still investigating Nestle like to this day.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Um, that's kind of ironic, but
Yeah.
mm,
Whatever.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, and Nestle, like about like what's in the breast milk and whatnot. During like their campaigns in
Ooh.
like the third world countries and whatnot, in like Asia and Africa, when they would like hand out breast milk samples along with fake medical advice and all that, Nestle on both like on their packaging and specifically told their nurses not to do this was to
Yeah.
specify that in those places with like not as good water that you have to like boil the breast milk and whatnot or the formula before proper consumption. Mind you, Nestle knew this. And then once they were
Yeah,
confronted that they didn't like put clear instructions, they were like, "We told them and we put it on the boxes." Like they did. So,
yeah, they just will blatantly lie and do all kinds of stuff. And also, yet another common theme is you'll notice in a lot of this, they're targeting developing and third world countries in a lot of these
mhm.
scans and stuff. Because also, again, getting into like the ingredients, a huge thing in the infant formula that Nestle sold was sugar, which is like pretty unhealthy for like little babies, and that's like is not very good for them.
A little
But
sugar never hurt
when
anyone.
Mhm.
it actually did. But when they found the same products in Europe, it turns out those products were actually completely sugar free as opposed to the ones in
Well,
like Africa and parts of Asia.
Well, it's probably because like those places don't have like many sweet things, and so like it like entices people more. And so like they get like
I
For
did.
more like
baby
yeah
formula,
addicted. Yeah.
these people are just like 30-year old who's like has a bottle of alcohol and like a bunch of baby formula. And
Yeah.
he's just like addicted to it.
And it's probably like cheaper, and it gives like it more
Yeah, that's
calories.
probably yeah. But that's still bad because it's really unhealthy and I
Yeah.
my notes for this specific thing were very unorganized, but I think It actually hospitalized and killed like a couple of kids.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they've
Plenty.
killed
Yeah.
like thousands of
I know. Oh,
kids,
they've killed a bunch of people. Like in
hundreds of thousands, I
2008.
think.
Yeah, like in 2008, Hong Kong found like some other chemical or something called melamine in like Nestle milk,
Mm-hmm.
and like
Melanin
six
poisoning.
kids died from kidney damage, and like 860 other babies were hospitalized.
So, do you want to move on to child labor?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Goofy, take us off.
Okay. So, um, companies used to do this a while ago. Um,
Until like the FLA
yeah,
was
they
introduced.
used to use like children in like foreign countries to do work.
Even in America, like pre 1930s.
Yeah. But now
Yeah.
almost all those countries or all those companies don't or have like gotten shut down. But, you know, Mr. Corporation, they can use children because like children younger than 15 to this day still work on like cocoa farms,
Yeah.
factories and stuff like that to make stuff like formula, Nesquik. You like me
Hmm.
some good Nesquik.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like specifically kids from like Mali or whatever have been like shipped down to Ivory Coast, and they've been like forced into slavery and stuff, and they
Yeah.
have allegedly been like beaten on the like plantations
Mm-hmm.
and like just forced to do this.
There was
Uh
there was one kid that literally did not receive any form of like payment.
wow,
I'm
that's
sure it was
crazy.
more than
Yeah,
him, but that's like it was one kid that they found out about.
And the payment that they
yeah.
do get is like not a lot.
Yeah, no, the payment, I was just gonna say the payment they get is a little more than a fourth of the World Bank's $1.90 per day standard for extreme poverty. It
Wow.
is a little over a fourth of that.
Yeah, their yearly salary is like nothing above like $15.
Yeah. That's that's crazy. That yeah, and then also just after like I think in yeah, there was like a lawsuit filed in 2005 against Nestle for doing this on behalf of like three Malian children. And Nestle was like, oh, okay, we'll stop. But then in like 2016, a study concluded that like 2.1 million children were still doing the work that like dangerous work for very low pay.
Yeah. Yeah, then like yeah, it was more than a decade ago.
Yeah. And then in 2019, at least they kind of owned up to something, but they were just like, we cannot guarantee that our chocolate products are free from slave labor because only like 49% of them could be like tracked back to like farms and stuff.
Yeah, the entire like
So,
cocoa like industry, chocolate and vanilla especially has a good bit of like slavery. Slavery is still a good bit like
yeah.
alive and well.
I think, Roman, I might be wrong, but from what I found throughout like all of everything, uh the only like real consequences that Nestle faced was like a $25,000 fine and six Nestle employees were given like 6 years of prison.
Yeah, they barely got any like justice for what they've done. Once again, it's because they're a freaking mega corporation because they just pay their way
That's
out of literally everything, and they have such power that they can just. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
yeah, there's such big influence and all that. They're just like get out of jail free card. They can do whatever they want. And also because they're a mega corporation, another thing they do a lot of is uh, being really mean to the climate.
To the what?
Um,
Client.
climate,
Mm.
Oh,
climate,
climate.
climate. Yeah. They've impacted the climate like a lot. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
there was like something they like caused a there was a study that was like brought to them at like a World Water Forum, and it like told about like all the shit that they were doing for getting bottled water from like Pakistan and just extracting groundwater, and it caused like a huge drinking water shortage
Yeah, they like
crisis in
buy
Pakistan.
lakes and like pump groundwater like straight from like like underneath the like ground.
from the ground.
Which does a good bit of like water damage, but also it does affect like uh seismic activity a bit, I think. Um and like on online, I some people are convinced that like they pay influencers to like blame AI for like using a ton of water when I think Nestle does like over 100 times more than AI. Or
Like
no, I
all
think
AI.
like yeah, I think like 1,000 almost. If I'm not wrong. I saw a chart. I'm Rome's looking it up.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a huge. Essentially, it's like a big fight as to who can destroy the world, rid the world of water first between like
Yeah,
Nestle and
AI,
AI.
they are doing a lot more damage than AI ever will.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
That is why big mega corporations like Nestle need to like follow laws and guidelines,
Yeah, I mean,
but they
it's
don't
not
because they can just like
like
pay to not.
it's not like a really huge problem because of the water cycle, but like they still do
No,
pollute a good bit of the water and stuff.
no, it definitely is a huge problem. It's like water is like going to be projected to be like one of our most scarce resources, like in like 100 years or so down the line. It's
oh,
gonna
I
be
won't be
like
alive.
we're gonna have
Oh.
big conflicts over it.
Well,
Huh?
I severely doubt the human race will survive the 100 more years. To be honest.
I mean, yeah, maybe, yeah, probably not. I mean, that's kind of debatable, but yeah, yeah. I guess I'd agree with I agree with that. But just saying,
Um,
if they do,
yeah.
it's
But like, shouldn't the
Nestle's
water
not
cycle
helping anybody.
like
Oh
shouldn't like
no.
the water cycle be like doing its thing?
No, because it doesn't like get rid of the salt in like the ocean's waters. The problem is that the water is like being carried and contaminated by like all the chemicals and like brought into oceans and all that bullshit, and then we can't use it.
But like it'll like rain, and then that rain is a good bit like cleaner. Yes, natural. I told you. What did I say? And you guys said I would be useless this episode.
The bottom line
Oh
though
yeah.
is that that's still not enough to like replenish our thing. It's getting water's getting more scarce, especially
Yeah,
with like
yeah,
growing
yeah, but it's
population,
not.
and it's gonna become a problem.
I don't think it's as much of a problem as people are making it out to be, but it is a problem.
Um. Speaking of Nestle, um,
Got a little off track
I don't
there.
know if this was like taken out of context, but like Nestle, like they like one of their CEOs or maybe the whole corporation, who knows? They like they said that water should not be like a right for humans,
Oh,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
should it like they should have the ability to take it away at will.
I do think
yeah.
that was taken
That's
out of
crazy.
context.
Huh?
I do think that was taken out of context, but
The guy who said it, I don't know if it was taken out of context, but the guy who said it, I think, went back on it like 5 years later.
Hmm.
Um,
well, because I think it does make sense if he said that during like a talk about like communism and if like water should be given
it
out
was
for
at a
free.
World Water Forum.
Hmm.
I don't really know the context, so
Them
I
and the
just
World Water Council.
I don't listen to you.
okay.
Ruby, I literally have it on my notes in front of us.
he's like allergic to doing his own notes.
Well, I
So,
read from this a good bit. Okay.
Yeah, what does that
wow,
say?
how
At
impressive.
the
You're
second
reading from
World
Roman's
Water
notes.
Forum. Yeah, tard.
Well, he watched a video.
I watched 4 minutes of the video, gave up, and went to articles.
You could have watched videos or done articles or anything rather
I
than
watched
just
a few
watched anime.
videos.
You watched anime.
So, okay.
Okay. All
Um,
right. Anyways, back on track. I think I did have one more thing to say about the bottled water stuff. Oh, yeah. They were also advertising like Nestle owns like Pure Life, like a major bottled water
mhm.
company, and they like advertise it as healthier and more eco-friendly than like just natural like tap water. And
Well,
they said bottled water is the most environmentally responsible consumer product in the world.
Oh,
Quote.
okay. Well, that's.
they're not even trying. What?
But the tap
They
water
really aren't.
is not that good, especially depending
Yeah,
on
it's
where you
very
live
good.
on. Because up in Wisconsin, you could barely even take a shower in that water. It was
Well, yeah,
nasty.
well, yeah, they're not saying it's not. It's like better. They're just saying that it. They're saying that bottled water is more eco-friendly,
But yeah,
which it's
that's
definitely not.
uh-uh. Yeah, they've done like illegal dumping of like contaminated water into like rivers and like oceans. Um, they've contaminated like levels up to 1.3 million times higher than the levels found in the Sinine River, which I think is like one of the most polluted rivers.
Yeah, they do a lot of pollution, and they're like a major leader in like plastic pollution. They also,
Oh, the C9 River was like real. Oh, that's the river that they had. Okay, yeah. I have I maybe a little bit off topic, but well, this does explain the C9 River. So it's in Paris, and they had I think it was one of the like triathlete like places. Um, and uh like the Olympics had people swim in that water, and they said they would clean it up, but they did not. And people were like projectile vomiting after they even swam in it. They had like liver damage. They had
oh my God.
they passed out. I think.
One quick thing
Yeah.
though is that also Nestle did say that most water bottles avoid landfill sites and are recycled, but then in the exact same year, their corporate citizenship report said that many of their bottled waters end up in the solid waste stream and that most of their bottles are not recycled. So
Yeah.
that's lovely.
How did I not?
Recycling is kind of a
Not even
scam,
trying to hide
anyways.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
it does not work like at all. But well, except for like some metal recycling. But like even then, most places just don't recycle it. Like almost
Like
all of
yeah, like 75% of like, and that's being generous. Like
yeah,
75% of the goop like just doesn't get recycled.
it's ooh. What's
What?
do we want to move on to oh. Do you have anything else like that you want to talk about for water or anything like after water?
Uh, I don't. I said everything I wanted to say.
Um,
All right. What's
that's about it that we have. That
Okay,
Roman
let me
has.
see.
Okay, that Roman has.
That we have. I can imagine the look that Roman gave you. Um, we could.
I don't really
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, mega corporations, like in general, are kind of bad.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like one good mega corporation.
It would be definitely pretty hard to think of one,
Yeah.
if possible at all.
But yeah, there is definitely more to say. Um,
Yeah.
but
But
Peyton and Roman, or well,
Some people have more limited research on this topic than others.
What?
Limited meaning none.
What?
Limited meaning watching anime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's research. Okay. Um.
All
All
right.
right. Well,
Well,
thank you guys for joining us today on 3 Steps to 42. Um, please leave like some suggestions on what we should make videos about next.
yeah.
Absolutely anything.
Yeah.
Also, if stuff goes to plan, my channel, name pending as of right now, it might have an upload in the next coming weeks.
Yeah, we'll probably tag it, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, we might tag it.
Yeah, we'll probably tag it.
we might.
Okay. So if you like the video, click the like button. If you like us, hit the subscribe button. But if you do like us, let me stand up for this. Hit that little bird shell.